Hi, my inspirationals. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, today. So a lot of people, I got emails and they were asking me about my transition from moving from Florida to Boise, Idaho. And how long did it take me to get on my feed and all of that stuff. So, like I said, if you guys watched some of my other videos, I said I came here with 3 small kids under the age of 5 on a Greyhound bus for 4 days, just about. I stayed with the family for a whole month, and during this time, I was putting in job applications everywhere. So I know I worked at Wendy's, like in Florida. So I was like, you know what? I know I'll get the job there because I don't care what job it is. I need a job, so I can get out and get on my own. So I think, I went to Wendy's and I filled out an application, and they seen that I had worked there previously. So basically I was hired on the spot. They did the interview and all that stuff. And so come to this part. Okay, so I asked the guy who did the interview, I was like, okay, how much am I gonna make? And I think back then minimum wage was like, I think it was $6 or $7 in like 2008. And I was like, okay, I just left it like that because I needed a job, because I already knew I had already applied for an apartment. I already had an apartment lined up. So as soon as I got out of Wendy's, I got in my car and I was crying so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm gonna work for $7 an hour. So you know what? I just kind of dried my tears up. Didn't let it bother me too much, because the next day I was supposed to be moving into my apartment. I was so excited about that. So it took me literally a month to get my own apartment, get a job, and then I worked my way up. I was working at Wendy's, I think, for about a good year or so before I got promoted to management. And I worked my way up and I worked my way up until I was finally assistant manager. And then I ended up quitting 4 years later. But when I quit, I was getting ready to be promoted to GM, but it was just too much for me at the time. It was stressful and all that stuff. So I went from making $7 an hour at Wendy's to bringing home $1,000 every paycheck in 4 years, because I was determined to make it. I wanted to be on my own. I didn't really want to depend on anyone. So I'm telling you, okay, for those of you that are thinking about, moving to a new town or moving with someone, my advice to you, don't stay stagnant, because when you stay stagnant, it gives room. Like for me, I didn't have a job. Like after I quit Wendy's, I got my own daycare and all of that stuff. But between that time of me transitioning from Wendy's and getting my daycare business getting my daycare business started, it was a gap in work, and I had got kind of lazy, and then get back into the work routine was crazy for me. So yeah, I'm telling you, when you moving and you're trying to do good, don't stay stagnant. You got to be out there every day, no matter what it is. If you put in applications, working 2 jobs. For me, I had 3 kids, so I couldn't work 2 jobs. I only had the 1 job. My kids were at daycare most of the day. I mean, it was crazy, but you know what? I wanted it bad for myself. And when you've been in a situation where you was homeless and all of this other stuff, you often think about going back to where you were. And when I used to think about that, it wasn't an option for me. It was not an option. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go back to sleeping in my cars. I'm not going to go back to having to worry about when my kids are going to eat or where we're going to lay our head. That's why I'm like, no, right now I'm doing other little stuff to try to get going, because I don't want to go back to where I was. Probably it was 11 years ago. So by me being in Idaho, I've accomplished a lot. I have, like I said, when I worked at Wendy's, I moved all the way up to assistant manager. And then after that, I got my own daycare business. And then me dealing with people's kids, oh my gosh, I couldn't do it, you guys, I'm telling you. Some kids will make you freaking pull your hair out and everything else. So I think after about 2 years, I ended up throwing in the towel on that. And then I really love working with old people. I always wanted to work with old people, so then I went into home health care, which is what I do now, and I love it. I wouldn't have it no other way. So, but soon I'm thinking I want to go probably. I'm going to start out, because I want to be a registered RN, but I think I'm going to start out with the LPN, because I'm trying to keep moving my way up the ladder. And ladder right now on YouTube is just an extra hobby for me to do in my free time, So when I don't have anything to do, I was going, let me go in here and talk to them about something, give them an inspirational video that, they can use, in their life. Yeah, but I'm telling y'all, looking at me, 10 years ago, you know, I didn't know left from freaking right. I had 3 kids. I was broke and everything, but I had to change the way I thought about a lot of stuff. I had to get out there and work. I would be at Wendy's from 1 o'clock in the afternoon all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning. I would be there from 9 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, have to go pick my kids up from daycare and have to take them to bed, go feed them and do all that stuff and be back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a hassle. It was so hard, but you know what? I did it. I made it through. I sure did. That was the most hardest thing I ever had to do, working from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. going to pick the kids up from daycare. And they were like freaking, ooh, they were like 5, 3, those ages back then. It was horrible. So I'm telling you guys, when you really want to do something, you have to put your mind to it, because there's a lot of money out there for everything. Everyone, you cannot stay stagnant, because once you get in that position of being stagnant, you get lazy and you don't want to do anything. You have to want to get stuff for yourself. You know, you got to want to get it for yourself. Help is really good every now and then, but I feel more accomplished when I can just go to work and get a paycheck and get the money on my own. So yeah, I'm telling you, if you are thinking one of those people, like I said, if you're thinking about moving from one state to the next state, your mind have to be in it. You know, your mind have to be in it. You can't just move and keep doing the same stuff that you was doing before. No, it's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work, I'm telling you. So it's best, if you don't have any kids, get 2 jobs, get 3 jobs, you know, go to school, because you got to think about your future, you know, because basically if you're just working at fast food, that's excuse me, this is what I tell a lot of people. I was working at Wendy's, and the stress that comes along with working in fast food is unbearable. So I was thinking to myself, you know what, I probably can get to, you can do GM, then one day you probably can do district manager, but it's still a lot of stress that comes with that job. And when I really seen that it wasn't no future in it for me, and I was dealing with everybody's problems, being the manager, and my own problems, I was like, you know what? One day I went in there, I was already kind of going through some stuff at home. And by me being a Black woman in a mainly white city, you know, I would, like a lot of my employees, they know how I am. They love me to death. I was basically the only Black girl in most of these stores. A lot of them knew how I was. But we had this one particular kid, he was new. You know, he was on sandwiches, making sandwiches, and I was just doing my normal thing, playing around. I was like, come on, boy, hurry with that sandwich, blah, 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 blah. Don't you know this boy go back and tell the district manager I was rushing him, I was being rude, I scared him and all this stuff. I was like, you know what, that day, when they told me that, then let me tell you something. I think my district manager told me that I needed to go and apologize. I said, I'm not apologizing to Shat. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. And it was payday too. I told the GM, I said, give me my check. I'm leaving. And they ain't never looked back then. I'm like, you know, I'm not finna work for you guys. You put me in a store when you know that we got inspections coming up. I get the store cleaned up and do all of that stuff. No, I'm not gonna work for no company that freaking basically treat you like shit, you know? I'm not gonna do that. First of all, no. I was like, it's bigger and better things for me. I'm trying to elevate myself in life. I don't want to stay stuck. I don't want to depend on anyone. You know, I always tell, it's me against the world with my kids. And that's why right now, I tell my kids all the time, you know what, you can't just think about the now, because for right now, you're living with mom. And some of my kids, they're at their dad's house. You cannot just be like, okay, I'm going to get this job. What is something that you really want to do? What do you really want to do? Like I told my oldest daughter, the one that have a baby, I said, hey, you need to go and you can make a YouTube channel. People love to follow people's stories with little teenagers that have babies. Even though she's 18 now, I'm like, you in your free time, do something that's eventually, if you stick at it, that's going to make you money. You know, you can't be like, I'm telling you, my motivation in life when I was homeless and I really didn't have anybody there with me, because my kid's dad was in and out of jail, there would be just me and the kids. My motivation in life was seeing other people and them way over in their 50s and they still doing the same thing to this day. And I was telling one of my other sisters, I was like, you know what, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be freaking 45, 50 years old and I'm still stuck in the same place, you know? And a lot of people tell me, Rachel, you don't look like you've been through nothing. You look like you got it together. I may look like I got it together, but I always tell people I do not look like what I've been through, because I've been through everything under the sun that was made to break me, but I didn't let it break me because I'm a strong-willed person. I don't have any pride. If I need to go get something, I'm gonna go out there and get it. And my last option, if I don't have any other options, I'm gonna put my pride down and act. That's all it is to it, you know? That's all it is to it. I'm gonna put my pride down and ask. And my kid's that he's really good at, you know, if I go tell him, hey, I need some money, I need this, he's really good at giving me what I need, because he also said, you know what, people be like, okay, well, y'all ain't together, y'all shouldn't be talking. But, you know, my kids that understand, you know what, if I'm not straight, my kids ain't straight. He knows that, you know. Me and my kids that we haven't been together for, I want to say 9 years. We have not been together for 9 years. We're not in an intimate relationship, none of that. You know what? When I call him, he's there, and it's vice versa. You know, we don't flirt, we don't do none of that stuff. We just, you know, we're friends. We was together for 12 years, you know, and we got 4 kids together. So when I tell you, I'm telling y'all, when you really want to do something in life, you got to motivate yourself. Motivate your own brain. Talk yourself through whatever it is that you want to do until you accomplish it, because you can do anything that you want to do. You know, round about this time next year, I want to be able to say, you know what, I want to have at least, I'm probably thinking low, at least, let me see, over 1,000 subscribers. I hope and pray I get that. I hope and pray I get more than that before that time. But, you know, in my free time, I'm going to keep putting out content, keep coming to you guys, talking to you guys about some things that has happened to me in my life, and just bringing these inspirational stories so you can understand where I'm coming from and why I am the person that I am, you know. So the main takeaway from this message is, if you really want something in life, please go after what you want. Do not stay stagnant. Do not stay stagnant, because when you stay stuck and stagnant and you keep making excuses for why you can't do this and why you can't do that, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You ain't gonna get nowhere. Let me tell you, I was in a foreign city. I was in sunny Florida, coming all the way to Boise, Idaho, and you know, I didn't know where I was going, but you know what, I got in, the people that my adoptive families, they let me use their cars. I got in their car, put my GPS in, and I was gone, learning my way around, learning what I needed to do, because like I said, I was out of their house within a month. I was on my own, you know. Like I said, they bought me my first car, and from there I took off, you know, because I refused. I was thinking in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna move to Boise, Idaho, and then move out of their house and then have to go move back with them, because something that I didn't do, you know, something that I didn't do, that wasn't an option for me. You know, they already let me stay with them for a month with my 3 kids. And, you know, they were really nice. It was a really good experience for me, you know. But yeah, I moved here when I was, I think, 24 years old, and now I'm 36. I'll be 37 in October. And, you know, a lot of people tell me, Rachel, you left Florida and you didn't look back. Let me tell you, because I was motivated. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to come all the way to Boise, Idaho, and to turn around and go back. Because when I left Florida, people were like, oh, she'll be back. She'll be back. No, honey, I'm not coming back. No. And then a lot of people be like, I would be hearing like these little podcasts. And I know this one guy talk about Black people moving to states where it's mainly white people, and he was just basically talking down on it. I'm like, okay, you can't knock it until you try it, unless you just want to be stuck in a state, and when you got other Black girls hating on you because they think a certain way, or because they feel that you are this and that. No, I'm telling you, I'm tired of that ghetto stuff, and every day you got to look over your shoulders and all that stuff. No. It's crazy. It's crazy when God leads you somewhere. You know what? You are in God's hands. And like I always tell people, they be talking about white people. All white people ain't bad. All white people are not racist, just like all Black people are not racist. It's crazy to me when some people say, y'all better stop moving up there where all those white people at. I'm like, to each his own. To me, it ain't white or Black. It's the individual person that's freaking evil. It's the individual person that has a messed up mindset, you know. So you cannot listen to what everybody say. You go where God leads you, and you go where you feel comfortable. And you know what? I've been here 11 years, and I've only had, like, I know I was working at Wendy's one time, and I answered the phone. I was like, Wendy's, Rachel speaking, may I help you? And it was a white guy on the other line. He was like, is this a effing Nigger? And you know what? I just kind of hung up the phone. And I had to go in my office and take a minute and breathe and sit down. And I had another incident to where, and you would think that it's a lot of racism in the South, which it is, but, you know, and a lot of people think it's the northern states, which is racism everywhere you go. I had this one guy, it was during the Obama elections. This man actually came in there. I was a regular employee at the time, and I made a sandwich. His shirt said, no Obama. This man told my manager, His name was Levi Curtis at the time, my manager. He took up for me. He told my manager, this girl put too much mustard on my sandwich because my shirt said no Obama. My manager about like, you know what, dude, get out of here. Kicked him out the store. I'm like, you sound stupid. First of all, how you know that I'm not running for the other person? Just because I'm black, you think I'm automatically voting for Obama? That's the ignorant and crazy mindset that people have these days, you know? It's crazy, but for the most part, me being in Idaho, I haven't really had any problems. You know, it's money out there for everyone. It's people out there that's racist. It's people out there that just don't want you to have. But you know what? When you come up against those kind of people, you know what? Pray for them. Pray for them kind of people because they can't help it. They obviously don't know God. That's why they are the way that they are, you know? Pray that God will open their eyes and show them before you do anything. Pray. When I'm laying in my bed at night, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I could be laying there, brain just wondered. I have to close my brain down, and I don't care if it takes me an hour to fall asleep. I will close my eyes, and I will pray in my head until I fall asleep. Because I feel like when I pray and when I read my Bible, I'm a better person, you know? I'm a better person. I get my answers that I needed. A lot of people say, you know, when you ask God for something, when I ask God for something, I don't know if it's that day or the next day, guess what? I always get my answer. I know one time I was doing something and I told God, I said, I want you to wake me up every morning at 3 or 3:30. I think it was at 3:30 for a week. Let me tell y'all, for a week straight, I woke up out of my sleep at 3:30 on the dot. 3:30 on the dot. And that's why I don't understand how people say, oh, God ain't real, Jesus ain't real. I'm like, you know what? You ain't tried him. You don't know. You ain't never had no supernatural experiences. You will not know. I got a few that I didn't have that I can talk about, but I'm not going to go into it because I'm not trying to make this video no 20 25 minute video, even though we're at 16 minutes right now. But yeah, but the main takeaway, like I said, whenever you move to another state, whenever you want to do something, you got to be motivated. Change your mindset. Get out there and get it. Just go, 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 go. You know, just go. Keep going. You know, it's telling you, it's enough out there for everybody. You only get in what you only get, what is it? You only get in, how's that saying go? You only get what you only, something, I don't even know how it goes. Y'all don't even listen to what I just said. You only get what you put out, something like that. I don't know. You get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Like I said, if you want something, go after it. Because I know a lot of y'all ain't had no mama to tell y'all. Ain't had no mama to tell me. That's why I'm going to come to y'all with these videos to make sure y'all good. Make sure y'all straight so y'all ain't going to have no questions. That's what my channel is mainly geared towards. Trying to speak to the younger people. The ones that didn't have a mom or a dad. And the ones that didn't tell them anything, you know? Like I didn't have a person to sit down and tell me about my period. I didn't have a person to sit down and tell me about sex and all this stuff. I really didn't learn. I'm telling you guys the truth. I really didn't learn a lot until I got with my kids' dad, you know? I didn't start learning it to them because I didn't have anybody to teach me. I had to learn as I went along. So yeah, you guys, you know what? Get up, get moving. Stop making excuses. Go out there and get what you want. Go out there and get what you want because you are, like a lot of people, they tell me about myself. But Rachel, you know what? How I see you, a very classy lady, this and that. And, you know, other people see in you what you don't see in yourself. That's what you have to realize. So get rid of the insecurities. We all have them. And don't let what other people say knock you down. At the end of the day, you know what? You're your own person. At the end of the day, when you get older, you're going to be paying your own bills. You're not going to be able to depend on anybody, you know? Let me tell you something. Get it together. Get it together. Go out there and get what you want in life, because if you don't get it, somebody else is going to come and snatch it up and take it. Stop being stagnant. Stop sitting. Let's go. Come on, let's get this money together. Don't say your sis ain't told you. Let's get this money together, y'all. So I'm ready to end this video because I got to go to work in a little bit. I love my job. Got to go to work. So therefore, let me tell you guys something. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Right now, y'all, I'm at 91 subscribers. I've had my YouTube channel for, I think, a month now. So I want to be at 200 subscribers. I pray and ask God by the end of this month, which today is May 21st, y'all go help me do it, because y'all are going to push that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so y'all will be notified every time I upload a video. And let me tell you something. Whenever you hit the subscribe button, and guess what? And you can leave a comment in the comment section about what you liked about this video, the takeaway that you got from this video. And when you do that, that will make you one of my inspirationals. And when you become one of my inspirationals, that will inspire me to make more content for you guys. And like I always say, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Until next time, bye-bye.